Hey, you guys. Okay, so I married a white guy, and three racist judges are trying to annihilate me. Everybody's mostly they have annihilated me. It's 2021. It's May 2021, May 31st, 2021. This is part 13, and I'm going to try to say laser focus, only focus on the legal aspect as to how my civil rights were violated and discuss the harm that has been done to me. I am homeless and I am in a hotel. I have been in a hotel since September 23rd, 2020. These racist judges, Judge Sarah Heidel, Judge Riff, and Judge Bruce Iwasaki, purposely, with malice and forethought, brought harm to me in a litigation, civil divorce against a white male who has ties to the Los Angeles Family Court. I talk about Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was able to get away with raping these girls for years because Harvey Weinstein has ties to the same judge, Judge Riff. If you go to the roving room and you review some of the responses, someone goes ham on Judge Riff and talk about his ties to Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein is a producer, executive in Hollywood who was raping actresses. Okay, and so what I'm trying to explain to you, the primary objective is to expose the Los Angeles Family Court for corruption, for judicial misconduct, for abuse of judicial discretion. I have been in a hotel since September 23rd because, again, these sheriff deputies broke in my house. I have video of the sheriff telling me to leave at 8:30 at night, which was illegal. And why they broke in my home at night and threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave is because I don't think the guy I was married to was able to take legal possession of the home because I had a tenant. And it would have took, I don't know why he didn't do it legally. They did nothing legally, you guys. Everything they did, the main reason that's pushing me forward, every single thing they did was a violation of my civil rights. If you compare my experience, the things that they did to me, and it compared to a white woman who has the same financial situation, same living lifestyle, and same length of marriage, they violated me. They treated me different under the 14th Amendment. Judge Sarah Heidel, Judge Riff, Judge Bruce Iwasaki, the court clerk Ontario Quinteris, it with forethought and malice conspired to cause me harm and to damage my position in a divorce. And you guys, the reason why they did everything they did to me is because they were kept trying to deplete my divorce settlement. My home was worth $1 million. They sold it way below what it was worth. The guy I was married to should at minimum been ordered to pay me between $3,000 and $4,000. If it was $2,000, I asked him for $2,000 a month. He should have paid me between $3,000 and $4,000. He was never ordered to pay me anything. They would do things within the law. They would manipulate the law to prevent me from receiving anything. And their intentions was to prevent me from affording legal counsel. Because everything they did to me, they tried to use the law against me, okay? Which they didn't, because I'm not an attorney, because I have a concussion, and I can't, I have problems with train of thought. It was almost impossible for me to effectively present myself in this case. Again, I'm in this hotel, and I want to tell you guys, I have a concussion, and one of the main reasons why the concussion has persisted is because I don't sleep. Initially, when I was diagnosed with concussion, the neurologist said, you have to sleep. Sleep in time is what's going to allow you to heal. There is no treatment for concussion. I was never able to sleep. I went from an abusive marriage to an abusive divorce by the court system, to now I'm in a hotel that is written with bed bugs. I want you to see these bed bugs. Look at some noise going on, so I'm going to stop for a second and come back when the noise stops. Okay, guys, I want to talk about these bed bugs. I'm in this freaking hotel with bed bugs. And what I'm trying to demonstrate is the harm that they caused to me. I was married for 23 years, lived above middle-class lifestyle. And according to California law, the judges have a duty to ensure that I live at the same lifestyle that I had in the marriage. And they did everything, but their intent was to cause me harm and to... So this is about race. This is about me being a black woman married to a white male. And again, I'm going to say this to you. Their intentions was to harm me economically because I'm black. There is something existing in America called the white supremacist collective conscious. If you go to Reignite Sandy Speaks, I discuss the white supremacy collective conscious. I am demonstrating to you guys what happens to black people in America. You have to understand, I didn't do anything wrong for them to do this to me. This was about them not treating me fairly in the beginning of the divorce, me recognizing that I'm being treated differently because I'm black, me calling this lady out, Judge Sarah Heidel, about her racist behavior, her misconduct, and her abuse of judicial discretion. Once I called her out, made an attempt to have her removed, Judge Lawrence Riff retaliated against me. And their laws against everything they've done to me. They were very brazen in what they did. And they did it because they knew that I didn't have the financial resources to defend myself legally in a court of law, because I was a housewife for the past 10 years. I was a white housewife that sustained a back injury and left me incapacitated to work. I think in 2016, I was deemed disabled and I was eligible for disability. I never went forward with disability because my husband made over $150,000 a year at that time. During that time, the guy I was married to received a gift between $25,000 and $50,000 a year. Disability was going to give me, I think, about $1,400 a month. And I didn't move forward with a disability back, I believe it was 2016, because it was no need for that. Real quickly, I started spending my time on trying to build up my business that empowered and inspired women. I want you guys to see these bed bugs. There are bed bugs in this hotel. When I first came into this hotel, well, maybe in the first 6 weeks, once I got into bed, I had these big old webs on my ass, these big ass like blisters in my butt. And I was like, oh God, where is this coming from? If you've been in any kind of stressful situation, you think it's stress. You think it's stress. So early on, September, October, I kept having these effects about bed bugs. But I never saw any bugs in the bed. As time went on and it got warmer, I started seeing the bugs. I started catching the bugs. They even moved me into a different room. But I'm living out of my car and I have my stuff here. I have some of my stuff. I was never able to obtain my property. They illegally. I'm not going to talk about the stuff they did to my property. I'm seeking a legal counsel right now, and all my stuff that I own for 20 years collection, I don't have my stuff. Okay, they illegally removed me from my home, sold my home, and gave the proceeds to this white man. And again, why this is important, black people, is they did this to me because I'm black and this guy's white. California is a Jim Crow state. I'm going to say this really quickly because I'm doing Reignite Sandy Speaks. Reignite Sandy Speaks, I am going to demonstrate the racism that goes on in California, the corruption. Because we all going to say, it's racism everywhere, right? I'm not going to get into that. Tune into Reignite Sandy Speaks. You see these nasty bed bugs. Look at my skin. Look what they did to me. Look at the harm that came to me. This is gross. I want you to see them moving. Because they're alive. See it moving? They're fucking flat. I thought I was losing my fucking mind. I've been having webs on my body for months. I thought it was my nerves. This is what they did to me because I'm a black woman. This is what they done to me. Do you see that? That is a bed bug. Do you see it? You see that shit? I am in a hotel infested with bed bugs because the Los Angeles family court system maligned me because I'm a black woman. Let's see this. They stole my house, broke my house at night, threatened to arrest me if I leave my home. I'm in a hotel full of bed bugs. Look at this. And they're alive. They're not moving because I got them in this bag. They're still alive. They stole my house, threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave my home. You see the bug move? And I'm in a hotel that's infested with bugs because of these 3 racist judges. This is what they did to me during Corona. You see these bugs? They're alive. They're not moving because, you see them? I've been getting bit by bugs for 6 months. They're gonna move my room, but I saw them. Bed bugs, it's a part of being in a hotel. Okay, that was pretty gross. I know y'all grossed out about that, but I had to show y'all. I got webs all over me from those bugs. Incorporating that, watching that, is making me sick. Okay? The story, where I'm at in the story, it is May 31st, 2021. This is part 13. Where I left off in part 12 was January 2020. This is how hard it is for me to share this with you. I want to finish telling you about these nasty ass bugs. So I had to buy this. This stops them from itching. You see this? Let me tell you what this thing does. You push the button and you zap where it itches. You know what it is? It's like a emission of heat. It feels like an iron, like you would hit yourself with an iron. Somehow the heat emission into your skin prevents the itching from happening. I don't know. It doesn't work all the time. What I do in the middle of the night is I sit here in the middle of the fucking night and I wake up and I put this shit on me. I take Ambien. I'm on my 5th or 6th prescription of Ambien. I am going to pursue this legally. My medical records will be public record because I'm going to show you I'm on my 5th or 6th prescription of Ambien because I don't sleep. I don't sleep because I have anxiety. Now I'm here to put this shit on my body at night. Before I saw the bugs, I bought this. None of this shit worked. I bought chamomile. See, I didn't see the bugs coming itching. At first, I didn't see the bugs. I didn't see the bugs till I think maybe March is when I first saw the first bug, those videos. Okay? And so, if you were in the family court, if you went to this family court of Los Angeles and you believe that you were treated unfairly because you are a minority, please reach out to me. Some lady emailed me or messaged me saying the same thing happened to her friend. Let me say this to you. This is hard. I do one video a month because my body becomes paralyzed with thinking about what they did to me. I am pushing forward because those 3 judges should not be judges in the family court system. If you're a white person, you need to understand if these 3 judges would do this to me, and I can't express to you more that I didn't do anything to deserve this. I was in an abusive marriage for 23 years. I submit letters to these people of him apologizing from back as far as 1993. I'm going to finish telling you what they did. This guy I'm married to, He watches these videos and he heckles me about it. I have a text message from him where he threatened to me. Yeah, I have your text message, mister, where you said, I'm going to force your hand. He's so brazen about these racist white people knowing that they're coming for me, that just like they broke in my house. They broke in my house at night. The sheriff let me videotape him. I haven't even put all the videos online. I'm saving that for when I sue these people. I have video of the shit. They broke in my house. I digress. What I'm trying to say right now, you guys, is that if you're watching this video, because I have agendas, and my agenda is to expose California state for being racist. Okay, California is a Jim Crow state. And black people, I gotta talk to you. I've been talking to other civil rights people, activists, and they've made some claims about us as black people in California that we don't do anything, we don't say anything until it affects us. Black people, you gotta stand up. Go to Reunite Sandy Speaks. I'm gonna talk about California being Jim Crow state. So let me, because I'm many minutes into this video, and I just I want to tell you where I'm at because this is important to me. Okay, let me say this to you, if I haven't, because maybe you're asking me, and I may have already said it, you, because I told you I have a concussion. Maybe I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I'm gonna say it again if I didn't. The reason why I can't get a home, the reason why I'm homeless, because I don't have an income, is COVID. Now, I had challenges with work and employment pre-COVID. When this racist lady didn't provide me financial remedy to via spousal support with the law that I'm entitled to, in the court documents, I submitted an email from Discover where my credit score dropped 130 points. I can't get an apartment. I can't. I'm not eligible for anything. Not only did they deprive me financially, their abuse of judicial discretion adversely affected my credit. When I first went before the judge with spousal support, she saw what his income was. His income was $14,000. Was more than that, but he showed $14,000 a month. She didn't award me anything. At this time, my debt obligation was about $400 or $500 a month in debt. Joint family debt. She never remedied me. My credit score dropped 130 points. It is in the court documents from Discover. Email me February and March of 2019. The same month I applied for food stamps. I've been on food stamps since then. Okay? Let me not get too deep. I'm explaining to you because I want y'all to understand why I'm still in this hotel. As I finish telling you how things unfolded, I'm going to show you how I'm still in this hotel. Judge Sarah Heidel, she recused herself from my case. I don't even know why. Okay? There are different forces, different entities, they're working against me. And I know y'all watching this video. And by this time, y'all know I'm not stupid. By this time, you know that I'm preparing myself to come for all y'all that abuse me. And I'm not coming for y'all because I want something from you. I'm coming for you because you need to know you can't just keep abusing black people. Black people, if they kill black people in the street, if they shoot us in their back, put their knees on our neck, if the district attorneys and prosecutors and court clerks cover this up, murders, you think they're doing to black people? And the main thing that is upsetting me, I have tried for the past year to bring shed a light on this. God is good, and eventually I know the powers that be is going to relieve me and make me whole. But I've been trying. I have tweeted Governor Gavin Newsom numerous times. Go to Twitter and search, "Do you see me?" Governor Newsom is a joke. This is a Jim Crow state. But let me stop here. I'm going to recap everything so you guys understand what's happened to me legally. Okay, you guys, I want to recap. And the reason why I'm recapping is I watched part 12. And it seems like I did the same shit a bunch of times. So, again, if you go to Judge Sarah Heidel's racist.com, it's a part that says written testimony, a written account of what happened. And just take your time and read through it, and then you'll see you can put stuff together. I'm putting together some people to help me that can help me, and they can tell my story better than I can because they're not suffering from a concussion. But I want to recap everything from basically about the beginning of everything they did to me, okay? Because what I want to be clear to you guys, this is not just like a divorce that went wrong. This is history. This is, you can see the trend of them repeatedly ruling against what California family court says. Okay? And if you look at I've got other cases to compare, contrast, but the main thing why I'm going to be able to demonstrate is that from the very beginning, she never treated me fairly. So in February 2019, Judge Heidel deprived me of spousal support under the Family Code 4320. Okay, I'm not going to go into the specifics, but she deprived me of spousal support. She was supposed to award me between $4,000 and $4,500. When we look at other divorces of 23 years with white people, or even if the mix was Mexican people, or it was 2 black people, 2 white people, the reason why my case stands out, I'm a black woman, this is a white male. I can't keep saying this. California is a no-fault state. There's no discussion or debate about someone being wrong or right. It's what the assets are. In California, it's equity. It's what you own. And if he was the primary provider, he has a duty to ensure that I live the same lifestyle. That is not up to discussion. That is the law. Okay, so February 2019, she deprived me of spousal support under the Family Code 4320. She illegally ordered to have a vocational evaluation for me on March the 14th, 2019. I'm not going to get into details about that. There's several different things about that. How she moved the date illegally, where it's going to show that each time, every hearing, she orders, orders or she rules in favor of this white male, even when it goes against the law. Later on, I'm going to tell you what happened when I tried to file an ex parte. And ex parte, one of the pieces of evidence that I showed, this man went on his lawyer's Yelp and bragged about how they beat me. He bragged about everything he put before the judge went in his favor. Everything he went before the judge went in his favor because she was discriminating against me because I'm black. And why? And I laughed. I'm so angry. They didn't. This is what I'm telling you. California is a Jim Crow state. They didn't even fake it. They didn't even let me just maniacally let me just kind of malign her and do it undercover. They did it blatant. They did it so brazenly. Okay, that's what's upsetting. Okay, I could have had divorce settlement, and they could have tilted the favor in him a little bit. No, what you're going to see when you look to the transcripts, she never asked me what I want. In January either 7th or 2nd, 2019, she talks over me on the transcript. She says, "You know what you want." And I say, "No, ma'am, I don't know what I want." During this time, I couldn't even think. On the transcripts in January either 7th or 2nd, 2019, it's on the website, she says, "You know what you want." "No, ma'am." I say to her, "I don't know what I'm allowed because I don't have legal counsel." According to California Family Code 20, I always get these codes mixed up. 30. She's supposed to ensure if there's a disparity in the income that the other party pays for my spouse, pays for my attorney fees. I didn't even get to this. They made me pay his attorney fees. They awarded him $50,000 in attorney fees because their intention was to eat up all the proceeds from the sale of the home. So I had nothing, so I couldn't get legal counsel, so I couldn't seek legal help. What they did to me, y'all, black or white, you should be appalled. Okay, so again, illegally ordered to have a vocational evaluation on March the 14th, 2019. She deprived me of attorney fees as it pertains to the Family Code 2030. She showed bias early in the divorce hearing by, she was being, like mean to me. She's just being, what's the word I'm looking for? She's just being nasty to me. If you look at the transcript, she talks down to me. She talks condescending. She's abusive to me from the very first day. From the very first time I went before the court, I always forget if it's January the 2nd or January the 7th. I think it might be because I went to court twice in January, in 2019 and 2020. The first time, one in 2020 is where Judge Riff maligned me. In 2019 is the first time I went before her, okay? Early on, the first time when I went before her, I never saw this guy's attorney. It was another black attorney who no longer works with the firm. And that's going to probably also relate to showing how they maligned me. When I went before the first time, I say hello to his attorney. I'm like, nice to meet you. She reprimanded me for saying hello. So what I'm saying to you, when you look at the weighted evidence, she talks nasty to me consistently. I have the court. I'm so sorry. You guys are well forgetful. I have the court number or the case number for other cases. I recorded where she's nice to the people. It was a white lady that came in there for a protection order against her man. This nasty white judge coaches the white woman how to serve him. So when I'm saying to you, the same day of the spousal support hearing, I watch her be nice to a white man and a white male. It was a white man and a white woman. I have the case numbers. So you're going to be able to pull the transcripts and see. It was a white man and a white woman. They couldn't decide on what to do with the home. She sat there and counseled them calmly and rationally. And at this time, I'm thinking, okay, maybe the first time I went before her, she was mean. As soon as I went before her again, she started being nasty. The case about the white man and the white woman that she was talking about, what they were trying to decide on was selling the home. Were they going to sell the home or who was going to get the home? She counsels them and says, you guys are wasting money by doing this. Why don't you decide? That's not what they did to me. They illegally seized my home. They illegally put me out my house. Illegally sold my house and gave the proceeds to this white man. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to keep on going. She showed bias early in the divorce hearing by showing favor towards this white man and showing animosity towards me. If you read the transcripts, and the transcripts have been doctored. I'm working on that too. Okay, there's other people involved. I'm going to show you how different departments are party to the discrimination and the oppression. In California, it's Jim Crow. It's a white supremacist collective conscious. They together oppress black people because it's the norm. Okay? It says she ruled against me at a spousal support hearing on May 3rd, 2019. Real quickly, I just got an attorney. Late April 2019. My attorney and this guy's attorney agreed to move the court date. And this gets really convoluted because I'm wondering, and to my the people that I hired, if your hands are dirty, it's going to come out. Okay? I hired these people. They didn't go to court because they agreed to move the court date. Okay? May 3rd, it was a spousal support hearing. It was a reconsideration because she never gave me money. Right? And it was a reconsideration because now I have a counsel. counsel, my counsel, and his counsel agreed to move everything. And it was and this is where it begins to show that Judge Sarah Heidel is a racist and she conspired to harm me because I'm a black woman and he's a white male. The attorney that I hired agreed with his attorney to move everything to July because the idea was, now that I have counsel, we can look at everything and we can negotiate because they know what I'm allowed under the law because they're legal, because they're attorneys. On May 3rd, 2019, she ruled against me when I didn't have counsel present. She has no legal bias, but everything she did, there's no legal bearing. There's nothing she did that was done because of legal code or because of equity. Everything she did was to harm me because I'm black. When she did this is when I knew for sure this lady is racist. This lady's trying to harm me. I ended up calling her clerk. Her name is Dina. And since that time, you guys, they moved her to Pasadena. They moved her to Pasadena because they were trying to hide her. But she don't know. I've been calling the attorneys, and all the attorneys told me where she was at. Okay, I told you, the attorneys laughed. They was like, they laughed. The attorneys, like, they getting a kick out of this because they know who she is. Okay? So, May 3rd, she ruled against me without me having legal counsel. Okay? Then on June 21st, this is when they began to start sanctioning me. They began to start sanctioning me. First, May 3rd, she ruled against me when me not having counsel present because it was her intentions to deplete the small award she had awarded me. She only awarded me $5,000. By this time, this guy I was married to had spent $10,000. At the end of the divorce, they ordered that I pay him $50,000 in his attorney fees. I'm showing y'all what they do to black people. Okay? You know, it's what they did to me was really harmful. And you want to know, like, why I have a high spirit about it? Because I feel good. God is good. And I believe everything they did to me, it is the intention of the universe to expose them. Okay? So, on June 21st, 2019, she ordered against me a motion to compel. So this is when they begin to start. What their intentions is to keep ruling against me and stuff, or financially. So at the end of the divorce, I have no money for an appeal or for anything. On June 21st, 2019, she ruled against me. It was called a motion to compel. I'm going to speak briefly about that. The motion to compel is where the court compels you to do something because you are being defiant of what the court ordered. In a motion to compel, you must you only file that once you exhausted your intentions to meet and confer or to resolve it. Okay? Remember, May 3rd, she ruled against me when my counsel wasn't present. The court documents show emails between my then attorney and his attorney negotiating and discussing to move the court date. What the motion to compel is what she insinuated, that she mailed me something, that I got it, and I ignored it. I never got it because she never sent it. And remember, I told you, this girl, I gotta say maybe allegedly, is having a relationship with this guy I was married to. God, she done got pregnant. I want to move her. I tell y'all, she had a baby, all kind of shit, okay? This is some soap opera shit, okay? So what I'm going to say to you again, this court cannot find me guilty of doing anything wrong or to cause harm or to do anything unethical. What they continue to do, they keep ruling against me based on what his attorney says. His attorney, according to him, is his girlfriend. His attorney has had a baby, okay? And I believe it's his baby. So they ruled on motion to compel on June 21st, 2019, when I'm saying to you guys that she illegally ruled against me, against what the law says. The law says that you have to make a concerted effort to remedy the problem amongst each other. She did a premature motion to compel. She did a premature motion to compel against me because she knew that the judge will always rule in his favor. The opposing attorney's behavior, her failure to follow court procedure, demonstrates that she knows that this judge was consistently rule against me. Okay? I'm going to stop here. I'm going to continue. I'm going to figure out what happens after June 21st, 2019. Okay, so then when I lost June 21st's hearing, she filed a motion to compel, and it's kind of confusing. I'm not going to get into it because it's legal stuff. She did stuff illegally. What I did was, okay, during this time, you guys, I want you to understand my mental state. I was depressed. I was really very sad. I was really suffering from depression really very badly, which is not hard to understand. She kept trying to do things to prevent me from having legal counsel. Or what ended up happening was my attorney advised me to file a motion to disqualify her. He gave me back part of the money. Now, what attorney gives you back your money? The attorney refunded me everything I gave him, less money for the transcripts. Okay? He suggested that I file a motion to have her disqualified because when she ruled against me on May 3rd, it was obvious that she didn't follow the law and she had a bias against me. Okay, based on procedure and what's common and usual. Okay, so what happened was, I'm telling you that I was suppressed and I was sad because I went to go file an appeal. This is more evidence for the June 21st ruling. I didn't know how to file an appeal. I didn't do it properly. The first thing I did, okay, what I read, I was supposed to give them notice of the appeal, okay? Because I was on food stamps, I'm eligible for a waiver, okay? This is more evidence showing you that California is a Jim Crow state, that different departments have a white supremacist collective conscience which works against black people and work in favor of white people. When I went to go give notice of the appeal, me not knowing how to do it, I went to the clerk to give them notice. The one clerk, I think her name is Amy, she argued with me about the waiver, okay? Because I'm on food stamps, I immediately, automatically, am approved for a waiver. I asked her for a waiver for the appeal. Amy gets her supervisor. They start arguing with me about getting a waiver for an appeal. So they're depriving me of what the law, I'm getting excited, y'all, because they violated my rights. They deprived me legally. I was eligible for a waiver just based on I get food stamps. Okay? This is what they did, and I found this out later. They gave me a waiver, but it wasn't for the appeals court. They gave me a waiver for the lower court. And this is again how I'm going to demonstrate that this people, Jim Crow, California, how they work in concert together. I have 2 waivers. When you file for a waiver in a divorce, your waiver is good throughout the divorce. I think until there's a judgment, okay? So I already had a waiver on file for Superior Court. This is what they did to cause me harm, and it's illegal. I got legal it's a legal like penalty for what they did to me, okay? Let me say it slowly because I want you guys to understand. I went to the court to file an appeal, to give notice of an appeal for the June 21st ruling, where she ruled against me in a motion to compel. When she ruled against me in a motion to compel against what the law says. Amy, the clerk, argued with me and told me she has to ask the judge. No, how are you going to have to ask the judge to give a litigant an appeal when you're appealing the judge's decision? Black people, California, y'all better pull up, because it's time to expose California for the Jim Crow state they are. If you in California and you want change, you need to pull up, okay? Because God did this to me, because this is me demonstrating every single thing they did is going to show you what they do in California. Everything they did is going to show you how each different department worked in concert against me because I'm black. Let me be less dramatic and say, I went to go file an appeal. And it wasn't actually an appeal. During the time I'm thinking I'm filing an appeal, okay? I don't know how to do it properly because I'm not properly represented. I'm not represented based on what California Family Code, I think 2030 says, if there's a disparity, he has a legal obligation to help me with attorney fees. Had I had proper attorney fees, I would have known how to properly do this. Not only did I not do it properly, the court clerks misled me. Let me explain to you how they misled me. When I went to go file an appeal, and I'm saying this to you over and over again because in my mind, I didn't know what to do. I knew I had to give notice. I knew that I needed to get a waiver. Amy and her supervisor argued with me about the appeal, the waiver. Then they gave me, and you guys, I got the notification, okay? The woman who gave it to me, she gave me the wrong paper. She gave me a Superior Court waiver. And let me slow down and let me say this to you so you understand why it's important. She gave me a Superior Court waiver to mislead me, to make me think she was giving me an appeals waiver, okay? And what's going to demonstrate is that I already had an appeals waiver on file, okay? I go and give the clerk, I think her name is Elaine, my motion, which I'm notifying the court. I'm thinking like everything else, she's going to take it and give me a date. What she said to me, the clerk, they will notify you via mail. That's not how it goes, okay? That's not how it goes. And I'm laughing because I shouldn't be laughing. This really isn't funny. I'm showing y'all it's the clerks, it's the judge, it's the sheriff. This is the white supremacist collective conscience in Jim Crow, California, harming black people. Okay, so I spent 3 minutes telling y'all. I should just take 1 minute to say that. I went to the court to file an appeal. They misled me. On the court docket or the court website, it shows I filed the appeal, but I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right, and the clerk misled me. Okay, and so let me tell you what else is next. So that was around about August, September of 2019. Okay, then I filed a motion. I attempted to file a motion. I think it was September the 5th, 2019. I attempted to file a motion to disqualify Judge Sarah Heidel. I talked about that again. Supervising clerk Ontero Contreras conspired to prevent me from filing the motion that I had a right to under California law. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the video of what he did to try to stop me from filing the motion to disqualify her.
But from what? You're going to remove me because I'm asking a question?
Okay. Guys, let me explain that to you, what that was really quickly. And again, everything I'm saying, I'm recapping. And what I'll do is I'll link the original video, and I'll probably tell you the timestamp where where it demonstrates this. What this was the clerk. This is clerk Antero Contreras. Okay, since that time, I got Antero Contreras on audio lying to me and misleading me. And each time I call now, see, I got to get caught up. I've got lots of evidence in the evidence I'm going to demonstrate as time goes on, as I do more videos. It gets worse. Each time I call the court or call the clerk, I say to you, I'm recording you. I got audio where clerks would say, I don't want to be recorded. I got audio showing how they treated me. And each time I say, this is so-and-so, and then you're being recorded. Okay? The Antero Contreras, let me not get into that too deeply. So what happened in the video is that I went to go file a motion to disqualify Judge Sarah Heidel, which I have a right to, okay? I think it's California Family Code. It's like 70.1 or .2. I tried to file a motion to disqualify based on racial bias and misconduct. In that video, he wouldn't accept it. Just like when I filed the motion, I tried to, this is the same court. This is the Pomona court, okay? This is me demonstrating Jim Crow, California. California is a Jim Crow state. There is a white supremacist collective conscience that works against black people to oppress us from our rights, okay? I'm going to file a motion to disqualify her. What they should have done legally, accepted the motion, gave me a court date, notified the judge. The judge is to respond, okay? In that video, he refuses. What he says to me is, I'm going to take this and ask the judge. It was a Friday afternoon, I think September the 5th, around about between 3 and 4 o'clock. He says to me, before I do this, I'm going to ask the judge and I'll get in touch with you. No, that's not how it works. These are a separation of departments, okay? Again, what I'm demonstrating to you is Jim Crow, California. How departments work in concert to deprive black people of their civil rights. Okay? So in the video, he says, no, I need to ask the judge. I pull out my phone and I say, well, you want to say that again? He says, I'm going to call security on you. Okay? Okay, let me not get too deep into that situation. I'm going to link the video regarding that below, and I'll timestamp about when I talk about it because I go on this rant. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go to what's next. So what ends up happening is I receive a notice from the court saying that I didn't properly serve her. I'm not going to go into that too deeply. I'm going to post the video about that on below. So this is about September 2019. She sends my stuff to Judge Lawrence Riff. Okay? I go to before Judge Lawrence Riff on October 25th, 2019. This was one of my sleepless nights. I didn't sleep at all. I hadn't slept for like 3 days. And it was a kind of a pattern with me when I had court. I get anxiety really bad. Because what ends up happening, I'm trying to tell you guys from memory. Because they never gave me the proper award for adequate money for attorney fees, I would find myself trying to find out how to do stuff myself. Okay? So when they would do things, I would have to research, go to the court, to the legal library. My friend actually gave me access to Westlaw. So what I would end up doing was read the law and try to protect myself and see what I was allowed legally under the law. While I'm doing this, of course, you know, in human behavior, I'm getting anxiety. I'm under stress. Okay, I don't have money enough to pay my bills. All my credit cards are in default because I have no income, because Judge Sarah Heidel never awarded what the court said I was allowed. Okay? And what I'm saying it to you because I'm telling you, I'm saying why things transpired the way they did based on what was happening to me. So she had moved the case to Los Angeles. I didn't know that. Judge Sarah Heidel, when this is finally investigated, the facts are going to show. She kept doing things without notifying me. Okay? So October 25th came. I went before Judge Lawrence Riff. Let me make this sweet and short. He showed bias in favor of Judge Sarah Heidel. He was a supervising judge. When I made allegations about her discrimination, her bias, he never addressed it. He never took it seriously. He ordered that I go. It wasn't an order. Now they're saying it's an order. Once again, this is investigated. It's going to show procedurally that they didn't do anything right. I say to him on October 25th that I hadn't slept. What ended up happening is they moved it to LA, and LA is 30 miles from me. Okay, if I'm not sleeping, to get to LA at 8:30 in the morning, you gotta leave my home probably about 6:30 to be on time. I hadn't slept. I'm trying to tell you guys, when I got there, I hadn't slept. I say to him, listen, I can't do this right now because I haven't slept. If you talk, I'm not understanding. And I'm not clear about this. I think his attorney said stuff, but I don't know what she said because I have a concussion and I hadn't slept. I said to him, I haven't slept. Okay? He tells me to go to what is it called? Self-help. Okay? Which I'm fine. At this time, he's showing some bias, but I'm not 100% sure that Judge Lawrence Riff is going to harm me. To be quite honest, I haven't slept and I'm tired, and I'm displaying signs that I haven't slept and I'm suffering from depression. Is signs of that. This is a supervising family court judge who should have the capacity to assess what's happening. Okay? But the facts are going to show he had no interest in equity or fairness for me. He sent me to the self-help to do the declaration of disclosure. Okay? October 25th. December 18th, there was a hearing for vexatious litigant. It went before Judge Sarah Heidel. Judge Sarah Heidel was not supposed to hear anything because around about December 11th, 2019, I filed a motion again to disqualify her. Okay? And when that occurred, everything should have stopped. Okay? Nothing should have been heard. She attempted to hear the vexatious litigant because they were trying to tie my hands. Once she realized, okay, I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to link it below because I keep going too deep because it's supposed to just be a recap. She had a sheriff. Her name was either Shirley or Sheila. I forget her name, but I say it in the other video. She had a sheriff deputy call me and try to make me come back and get the subpoena. When you file a motion to disqualify a judge, it's like a regular motion. You have to subpoena everybody involved. She had the sheriff call me and attempt to make me come back and get this motion to disqualify. I'm going to link the video below. What I'm showing to you, Jim Crow, California, with a white supremacist collective conscience work in favor of white people and against black people. She had the sheriff call me, and I have the phone records. I'm not going to get into that. December the 18th, 2019. January 2020, we're going, and I think it's a trial setting conference. I really don't understand what's happening because I'm not represented. In January, I go before the judge. I have this motion to disqualify her. I talked about that in the last video, part 12. Okay? In part 12, I tell you guys, this man sanctions me for no reason. He removes me from the court. All the motions that I filed in the LA court, he sends back to Judge Sarah Heidel. This is a supervising judge. If I'm making allegations of Judge Sarah Heidel, her racial accusations, bias accusations, abuse of judicial conduct, he has a duty and a right as her supervisor to acknowledge and to hear. He doesn't hear, he doesn't address anything. I tell him in October that I'm on food stamps and he makes $180,000. If this is a supervising judge, common sense is going to say, why is this woman on food stamps and this man makes $180,000? If this is a judge who's been a judge for less than 2 years, who has no experience in family court, Judge Sarah Heidel was an assistant district attorney in fraud. This judge has been a judge less than 2 years, have no family court experience. With other attorneys, when I talk to other attorneys about her, oh, they know me. All the family attorneys in California, they know me. They know my name. They know exactly who I am. They know about this website. They all say that she rules. She rules wrong. It's a video where I show the roving room where all these comments saying that she doesn't follow the law. The point that I'm saying to you, Judge Lawrence Riff is a supervising judge. Is he a supervising judge? He has a duty to ensure that his judges that he supervised are following the law. That's not abusing their discretion. Based on how his behavior, he retaliates and defends her on January of 2020 by illegally sanctioning me. I also talked about in part 12 how what ends up happening is they find me vexatious. I'm not saying that right. Vexatious means that I am a nuisance, that I file motions frivolously and to be a nuisance to the opposing. But that's not what happens. The facts are going to show all I attempted to do was get spousal support and have legal representation based on what the Family Code says. Family Code 2030 says that if there's a disparity in income, that the opposing should pay the party that's financially obligated, the financial breadwinner is obligated to pay attorney fees. Again, I'm going to tell you, I haven't got to that, and I keep probably procrastinating because it gets worse what they do to me, okay? It says, Family Code 2030 says I should have a representation if there's disparity. If I'm on food stamps and I have no income and I haven't worked in over 10 years since 2008, if this is a white male who earns $180,000 a year, he also receives a gift from his parents between $20,000 and $30,000, $20,000 and $50,000. It's been $50,000 a couple of times, but usually it's about $25,000 every year since we've been married. That's part of the income. He should have easily been made to pay me spousal support and attorney fees. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that Judge Lawrence Riff, the supervising judge, deprived me of what California Family Code says under 2030, under 4320 spousal support. And why I'm saying that is because what they kept trying to say, that I was filing motions frivolously, but the only motion I ever filed was for spousal support, attorney fees, and then a motion to disqualify her. Everything I did was germane to what was occurring in the divorce. Okay, so let me get to the trial, because I don't believe I spent 40 minutes so far, and I haven't got to the trial yet. So let me get to the trial, because I got to move forward. Okay, so after Judge Lawrence Riff removed me from the court illegally, he sends everything back to Judge Sarah Heidel. Again, they found me vexatious because I kept trying to file a motion for attorney fees, for a motion to disqualify Judge Sarah Heidel, and for what was the second one? Motion for attorney fees and spousal support. Okay, this is what I had a legal duty, a legal obligation I had a right to under the law. I was in a long-term marriage. Being in a long-term marriage over 10 years is you get other things. So what you see me trying to do is file a motion for spousal support, attorney fees, and to have Judge Sarah Heidel disqualified. That's all I did. Okay? You guys, I want you to understand that it gets worse. What they stole my home, it gets worse. This is how brazen. This is Judge Lawrence Riff, the supervising judge. All he had to do was give me adequate spousal support. Okay? All he had to do was to award me money for attorney fees. And you know what? I need you to understand. I was married to a wealthy white man who makes $180,000. We got a gift of $20,000 to $50,000 every year. What I was asking for wasn't unusual or out of the ordinary. All you see, when you go back to this transcript, all you see is me trying to be treated fairly. And I'm pushing this. I'm not going to let go of this until the world knows California is a Jim Crow state. Okay, so let me tell you guys about the hearing. So what he does is he tries to make he orders a hearing he wants to do the hearing for the divorce. He wants to do the hearing for the divorce without me identifying this man's assets. He wants me to have a hearing for divorce without me being properly represented. He moved everything back to Pomona. Again, I tried to file a motion for attorney fees. She took it off the calendar. Okay? It's March the 5th. You guys, I got horrible anxiety. I am way not sleeping. Okay? I filed the motion. I'm going to tell y'all about the Superior Court. The Appeals Court. Oh, the Appeals Court, these white people at the Appeals Court, they work with the Superior Court. I'm showing you Jim Crow, California. I'm showing you the corruption in California. I filed, I think it's called a stay, to try to get the Superior Court, the Appeals Court, to stop the trial, the hearing, because I wasn't represented, to show them everything that they did. I forgot why they ruled against me, but they ruled against me. I forgot what happened, you guys. So what I'm saying to you is, March 5th, there was a hearing. A trial set, okay? I attempted to go to above the Superior Court to show that to the Appeals Court that the Superior Court was violating my rights, okay? I ended up getting notification about the Appeals Court after the hearing, after the trial, okay? So March the 5th, when you go to court on March the 5th, when you go to a trial, generally the judges speak to both parties. This racist, Judge Iwasaki, would not let me speak. Judge Bruce Iwasaki would not let me speak. What I'm saying to you is, March the 5th was my hearing. It was my trial for the divorce. I have not any discovery about what this man's assets are. They wouldn't let me submit the declaration of disclosure. It's called Form 145. Okay, I'm showing you how they maligned me. So I'm not sleeping. My son drove me down here on March the 5th. The whole time my son was in the courtroom on the first day. Okay? Judge Bruce Iwasaki never says to me, "Are you prepared?" When I spoke to him, he said, "Don't speak to me." The bailiff in the court is a black woman. Her name is Black. I asked her, why won't he let me talk? He would never let me speak on March the 5th. Okay? Oh, so what ends up happening is when you go for a divorce trial in California, and this was unbeknownst to me, so I'm going to the hearing. I'm still trying to talk to this man's Judge Lawrence Riff's clerk Cody. I'm saying to her, I have motions on the calendar. This is very important. When they try to make me have the hearing, I had motions on the calendar for change of venue, for attorney fees. He shouldn't have had the hearing if I had motions on the calendar. He never let me notify him because he never asked me if I was prepared. What you're going to see in transcripts, they never asked me anything. Okay? What ends up happening is I got mixed emotions about this guy's attorney. She's biracial. I think she had an affair with this guy. I think she had an affair with this guy because she knew that he was wealthy. I think not only did she have an affair with him, she got pregnant by him. I think she's biracial, and I think, see, this little girl really hurts my heart because I'm an empath, you guys, and I feel people's emotion. His attorney is not okay mentally. Like, she's not okay. Somebody went on Yelp and came for her whole life. Some black man exposed her for everything she is. He put all kind of inappropriate pictures of her. Okay? And I should be angry with her. I am to some degree, but she's wounded. And the reason why I'm saying this, because sometimes she would do stuff in my favor. The guy I was married to isn't very bright. And I'm not trying to be facetious or anything. The guy I'm married to is kind of dumb. He works really very hard, but he's not a very good critical thinker. Okay? I'm saying that to you because she's told the judge that I had things on the court calendar. He wouldn't let me speak. She said to him, she has things on the calendar. She's letting the judge know. Okay? Because she knows that I'm not prepared. She knows I don't have an attorney. Okay? She does stuff really foul. She lies and she's deceptive. Okay? I'm being honest with you. She's not a dumb girl. His attorney, she's smart. Maybe, I don't know, I can't say above average smart. She has maybe a little, she's an attorney, so she thinks like an attorney. But she's very deceptive. And that's why I can't speak to her intellect, because when you're deceptive like that, you're not very, when you're smart and you're a good attorney and you're bright and you use the law, you use your wits to win the case. Matter of fact, that should be part of the allure of having this job. She's deceptive. She does all these things outside the court procedure. But she told him that I had things on the calendar. And she did that in my favor. Yes, mister, the woman who you're sleeping with, who probably get money for you because she got a baby by you, she did a whole lot of things to help me undercover. And I know, I really honestly feel, either she was doing it to prolong things so she can get more attorney fees, or she would have moments of guilt. Okay? I'm not sure. Or maybe she just did it because she didn't want to seem guilty. Because she told the judge that I had motions on the calendar. Having motions on the calendar is germane, is important, because he shouldn't have had the hearing. If I had a motion for change of venue and attorney fees, he should have put the court case off. Oh, I want to tell you this. Gotta tell you guys this. Oh God, I keep getting confused, and you guys please stay with me because I don't want to re-record this. Sometimes I re-record because I think I say too much. In the courtroom, she serves me with this motion 271. She gives me a motion the day of the trial that they want me to pay attorney fees. I don't think that she was supposed to do that. First of all, I don't think she was supposed to give it to me. I think by law, she has to have someone else give it to me and then proof of service. And she also has to give me 14 days in advance. The day of the hearing, she dropped it in my lap when my son was next to me. Okay? I'm telling you this because this is what they did. Any proceeds I was to get, they ate up illegally. So I want to briefly talk to you about the March 5th trial. he wouldn't let me talk, you guys. He wouldn't let me speak. I tried to tell him I had a motion. I wanted to tell him that I had a motion for a stay. And I wanted to tell him that I had 3 days on the calendar. Because what's happening is they wouldn't let me file motions in LA. They kept telling me to go to Pomona to file motions. But they were having a hearing in LA, which didn't make any sense. And because I wasn't represented, I didn't understand what was happening. Okay? So again, on the trial, March the 5th, the first day, he would not let me speak. He even says to me, he says, oh, you can't submit any financial information or any documents or any exhibits because you are being naughty. And they keep falsifying the transcripts. I say to him, how was I naughty? He didn't answer me. He says, oh, you can't have any, you can't. So what they did was, you guys, they wouldn't let me submit documents or exhibits. Okay? And they have no reason. There's nothing I did legally or illegally. I did nothing. The facts are going to show. So March the 5th, I had this long hearing. My son was with me all day. And I kind of want to tell you guys stuff that happened, but when this comes out, eventually you'll see. So then the next day was March the 6th. My son didn't take me because I didn't want him to sit there. I drove down there. I had anxiety. It was my turn to talk or to question him. Okay? You guys, I'm sorry, I'm getting real bad anxiety now. What ended up happening was on March the 6th, I had real bad anxiety. I started crying in the courtroom hysterically. And I'm telling you guys this because I suspect that they might falsify the transcripts. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really having a hard time. I feel really paralyzed because I want to say this to you. On March the 6th, I had real bad anxiety. I was crying hysterically in court. Each time I tried to question the guy I was married to, the judge kept intervening and stopping me from speaking. He kept intervening. He was clearly trying to bring me harm. Judge Bruce Iwasaki. What happened was he was trying to say that I was the abuser. He made up a lie. He made up a story. When I tried to question him about his lie, the judge, his attorney didn't even object. The judge kept objecting. The judge kept stopping me from talking. Okay? When I would say stuff, the judge kept being nasty to me about whatever I was doing. I want to tell you because there's specific things that he did that I wanted to tell you guys. Because what it was, he was trying to frame me as the abuser. And that was so, if you are the abuser, that affects your spousal support. They were doing that on purpose. So in the very beginning, when Judge Sarah Heidel harms me in his first spousal support hearing, I say to her, he's an abusive alcoholic. She thought that I was doing it because I was wanting spousal support. At this time, I didn't know spousal support can be affected by domestic violence. I was telling her he was an abusive alcoholic because I was letting her know, ma'am, I've been an abusive alcoholic with this abusive man for 20 years. Don't harm me and let me, don't harm me more. Okay? So on what ended up happening, it's something specific on March the 6th I want to tell you guys about. He lies about you guys, I gotta stop for a minute because I gotta get my thoughts together. This is what happens. I become afraid and I can't think, and my body wants to shut down. It's something I want to tell you about March the 6th, and I want to move on. And it's something specific. I don't remember what it is. Give me a moment. But this is what happens. I lose it, and I can't think. Remember, you guys. I'm gonna wrap this. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this video up. This is part 13. I married a white guy, and 3 racist judges are trying to annihilate me. It's May 31st, 2021, and I'm just detailing what happened. What I want to tell you guys about March the 6th, I questioned the guy that I'm married to. I say, is your attorney your girlfriend? He pauses and he doesn't answer. He looks at her. She objects. The judge rules in his favor. It is relevant that if he's having, and guys, I have really bad anxiety about this and I'm so sorry. If the guy I was married to is having a relationship with his attorney, I don't care. I showed the people at the hotel the pictures of her being pregnant and stuff, and everybody was like, are you okay? If he is having a relationship with his attorney, I don't care about that. The truth of the matter is, we should have been divorced years ago. This man was an abusive alcoholic to me for 23 years. He told me that this girl was his girlfriend. She's a young lawyer. Based on the way she carries herself and the way she dresses, she's not a wealthy girl. I don't know her background. I'm an empath, so I can feel people's energy. I suspect she's biracial, that she had a hard life. Because she's deceptive, she would lie in court, you guys. When you're a liar, people, like the guy I was married to was a poor liar too. Good liars lie and cover their track. She would lie in court, just lie. She would lie. She would just lie. And because she would lie, like the guy I was married to, I knew she was deceptive. When people live their life and they're deceptive, it comes from their background. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm having a hard time explaining this to you because I want you to understand what I saw about this girl. If what I suspect is that she knows this is a wealthy white guy. What I suspect is she has debt from being an attorney. What I suspect is that she saw him as a meal ticket. I need y'all to understand, I don't care about that. I'm not trying to bring harm to this girl. It's been a few times I've been in her presence and I get real bad anxiety because I know she's not okay. Okay? So when I asked him, was that's your girlfriend? What I was trying to establish is that she's lying. The only thing they could say to me when they try to say I was doing something is because she kept lying, saying she wasn't getting the documents. She said, one, she didn't get the interrogatories. I never received them because she didn't send them. Remember the June 21st motion to compel? She was supposed to try to meet and confer and make an effort to get the interrogatories. How this all began to unravel, his attorney said that I didn't send her interrogatories. I never received a request. Okay, if you go back and look at the other videos, you're going to understand, or you read the detailed account on the website. I never knew about the interrogatories. We went to my daughter's graduation is when he told me this was his girlfriend. He never asked me about the interrogatories. He asked me about the vocational evaluation. Okay? She said she never got them. One. So she has a motive to lie to the court if she's sleeping with him. Second time, he sanctioned me because she told him I didn't give her the declaration of disclosure. You see in a January court transcript, January 2020, I say, here are the documents. Here are the motions to I'm so sorry, guys. Here are the it's called Form 145, Declaration of Disclosure. She tells the judge in January of 2020 that I didn't mail her the Declaration of Disclosure. I did mail the Declaration of Disclosure. Not only did I mail them, I had them present with me in court when he removed me for the court. If I asked the judge, if my question, my ex-spouse, is your attorney your girlfriend, when she objects, why did he rule in her favor? Why did the judge not want to hear the answer if this is his girlfriend or not? In the court, you guys, this is a lot, but the only thing they could say to me that when they kept trying to say I was doing stuff, it was when she said I didn't do something. She would lie and say something. When she would lie and say something about me, that I didn't give something, they never asked me about it. You know, in Judge what's his name, Mathis, you the guys know in the civil case. In the civil case, the Judge Mathis, we've all watched Judge Mathis. When litigants come to court, the judge, when someone makes accusations, Judge Mathis always let the person make an accusation. The judge always allows you to address the accusation. They would never let me address the accusation. So let me tell you guys, March 6th, I got really bad anxiety. I left. This judge kept attacking me verbally. You guys, to be honest with you, as we speak, I'm having a panic attack. My chest is tight. I'm real anxious. I get the feeling I'm gonna die. And this is what happened on March 6th. On March 6th, I grabbed everything and I left. Okay? I know Judge Bruce Iwasaki. Tell the truth and shame the devil. When I grabbed my stuff, he was anxious when I was walking out. Because what I said was, I talked about this is going to be a compare and contrast case. I met a white lady in the court, in the hallway, that told me about her husband who was dragging her for 5 years. All that he did to her. What her husband did to her, the white man, they let him do, because he's a white man, is what they were alluding to that I was doing. Okay? What I did was, I grabbed my stuff, and I said, this is what I said. I said, you know what? You guys, I was really anxious. I grabbed everything. I said, I'm leaving. I said, you guys keep trying to hurt me, but you're hurting him. He says, well, if you leave, I'm going to award $10,000 to him for future litigation. They gave him $10,000 based on future. They kept trying to, they awarded him $10,000 because I left. I left because I had a panic attack and I couldn't take anymore. That's how March the 6th ended. I'm going to stop here, you guys. And I'm going to continue part 14. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to try to do it today, but I'm going to stop this video because it's already long. You guys, I'm exposing Jim Crow, California. If you have been violated by the Los Angeles Family Court, please reach out to me. Don't be afraid. I know it's hard to think about. I know it hurts. I will hold your hand and I will help you. They deem me a vexed litigant because I have the ability to read the law and interpret the law. Okay, I'm not an attorney, but I am a critical thinker. And I know how to read what the law says and interpret it. If I don't know how to interpret it, I know how to find out how to interpret it. If you were victimized by the Los Angeles Family Court because you are a minority, because you are a woman against a white male, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. My email is here. I am here to make change. I am in a whole lot of pain. They stole my home from me. I don't know where my property is. Okay? I am doing this because those 3 racist judges shouldn't be judges anymore.
Tell your friends to pull up. Yeah.